It's a good AGam in Kansas morning. Good morning. Let's take a look and see what's coming up today. First, Daryl Strouts, President and CEO of the Kansas Wheat Alliance, talks about 3 new wheat seed varieties. Next, Romulo Lollato updates us on how to choose the right wheat variety for your operation. And Peter Mishek discusses the Grays Harbor Project, a facility that specializes in shipping soybean meal. Then Carol Blocksome shares information about prescribed burns in the Flint Hills. We'll end with Dr. Jason Grady, who discusses estrus suppression in mares. Closed captioning brought to you by Ag Promo Source. Together we grow. Learn more at agpromosource.com. This segment brought to you by Kansas Regenerative Medicine. Your stem cells, your health, your life.
I'm Daryl Strouts. I'm the CEO and President of the Kansas Wheat Alliance. And today we're out here at the Hutchison Experiment Field, part of Kansas State University Research Center. And we've got our seed producers and our associates out here today, and we're learning about the new varieties that will be coming out in the next few years. We've got 3 that are scheduled for release this fall. One of them is called Larry, another one's Zenda, and the third one's Tatanka. And with those 3 varieties, we'll pretty much cover the whole state. We'll also be looking at some of our experimental plots where we're doing some rate of planting, population type studies, and some high management studies as well. Kansas State University has 2 wheat breeding programs, one in Manhattan run by Alan Fritz and one in Hayes run by Gorong Zhang. And those varieties come out through the university and then they're marketed by Kansas Wheat Alliance. The Wheat Alliance then licenses seed producers to actually produce and market that seed. And certainly we're looking for those producers that have a good wheat, producing capabilities, good quality capabilities. And we will then license those varieties based on whether they think it fits their area and something their customers might be interested in, but also whether they've got the capability of producing high quality seed and marketing that too. I think the important thing here is that there's going to be so many wheat varieties coming out in the next few years. It's going to be more difficult for farmers to understand, first of all, what exactly are the characteristics of each variety, but also how do you manage each one, because I think we'll see varieties that'll be better suited to smaller areas, maybe even down to the county level rather than, the whole state kind of a thing. And so how to manage that? What's the appropriate seeding rate for it? Is it going to be a large seeded variety or small seeded variety? Do you have to adjust that? How does it respond to nitrogen? Does it need a fungicide? Those kinds of things. So as producers are wanting to do more and more management of wheat, we need to have more and more information to supply them, and that's what we're doing here today is learning about that information. So one of the things we do is we help a lot of the county agents sponsor their wheat plot tours, those kinds of things, and so we'll provide some drinks or some things like that for them. But I think one of the most exciting things that we're doing, trying to get farmers to come out to be smarter farmers, to get more information, because it's important to see these wheat plots growing. We've purchased a Polaris Ace ATV. And where we have sign-ups at all the county extension plot tours and also of our associates if they're doing plot tours, those kind of things. And they can win this at the end of the year, and so we'll be giving it away in November. And so it's a pretty neat little deal. It's one of those things that maybe makes farming a little more fun sometimes. And so we think it's important to not just be a smart farmer, but hopefully you can be a lucky farmer too.
Through the generosity of Dr. Eva Gardner and Dr. Dan Thompson, Kansans now have the opportunity to support the wildfire relief effort by purchasing a signed and numbered print of the original painting, A Walk Through Henry's Dreams, by Dr. Gardner. This gallery quality print is only $200. Order your print today online or call 785-273-5115. Please help support the Kansas Livestock Foundation Wildfire Relief Fund.
Grain sorghum is one of the most important cereal crops worldwide, and Kansas leads the nation in its production. A high-energy, drought-tolerant crop, sorghum only requires 6 inches of water to produce the first bushel. And with its wide uses and easy adaptation, sorghum proves to be a truly indispensable crop. Kansas Grain Sorghum is committed to sorghum research, market development, and education. Learn more at ksgrainsorghum.org.
Buying a car shouldn't be this hard. And at Brown Chevrolet Buick in Wamego, it isn't. It's actually awesome. Whether you want a new or used car or truck, Toby's team can make the deal. Even if you want to custom order a new car or truck, Toby's team can make the deal. See Toby's team at Brown Chevrolet Buick in Wamego. We're awesome.
Support Kansas agriculture education with an AgriTag. AgriTags are available anytime at your county treasurer. They look great on cars and trucks. For more information, go online to ksagclassroom.org.
Valley Vet Supply is devoted to providing information and professional quality products at reasonable prices.
Valley Vet Supply.
This segment brought to you by Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture. To join today or for more information, go to kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter.
Hi, this is Romulo Lollato, Extension Wheat Specialist with Kansas State University, and today we're here in South Central Experiment Field near Hutchinson, and we're going to talk to you a little bit about how to choose a wheat variety and what tools do you have here in the state of Kansas that can help you choose the right variety for your operation. So a few things to keep in mind when you're choosing your variety is one, variety is one of your yield building factors, right? Different varieties have different yield potentials. So by choosing the right variety, you're straightforward increasing your potential yield that you can get out of your farm. Additionally, whenever you're choosing wheat varieties, it's important to spread your risk working with variety maturity. So select varieties that are early maturing, medium maturing, and late maturing varieties as well. That way, if you have an early freeze that might get some of those early maturing varieties, you still have medium and late maturity varieties that are there, planted in your farm. On the other hand, if you have a very hot and dry end of the growing season that may ding the yield on those late maturing varieties, maybe still be on the safe side with your early maturing varieties. And another factors that you need to consider when you're choosing your wheat varieties is whether you're willing to spray a foliar fungicide. If you are, you can just focus on your yield potential and make sure that you come back with that foliar fungicide application. If you're not, then you have the options to choose varieties that are resistant to many of those foliar fungicide diseases or viral diseases as well that may decrease your wheat yield. So that's another factor. If you're grazing your wheat, recovery from grazing is a very important thing to be thinking of when you're choosing your wheat variety. Maybe that good grain-only variety is not going to have a great recovery from grazing, so you need to consider that when you're choosing your variety as well. As far as tools for you to choose wheat varieties, remember that here in the state of Kansas, we have over 70 wheat demonstration plots in the state, and several, each one of these have at least one plot tour in your county or in your district. So be aware of those dates when those plot tours are going to happen. We're here and we're going to discuss each one of these varieties, what are their strengths, or what are their weaknesses, to each system they are more adapted. So make sure to attend these wheat plot tours that start here in May. Actually this year it started in early May and are going to go all the way to mid-June. So make sure that you attend the one nearest to you. For you to have more information on when and where those plot tours are taking place, make sure that you follow me on Twitter. I'm always putting out that information. My handle is @KSUWheat. I'm also putting that information on Facebook. So like my page, K-State Wheat. And also we send those weekly reports of which plot tours are happening on that week in our agronomy e-updates every Friday. So if you're not on that mail list, make sure that you put your email in our agronomy department mail list, so you're going to know when and where those wheat plot tours are happening.
Hey there folks, I'm Dr. Dan from Doc Talk. On behalf of myself and the staff at Drovers, I'd like to invite you to our Cow-Calf Cowboy College in West Des Moines, Iowa on June 20th and 21st. We're going to have speakers such as Mike Apley, Tom Knopfsinger, Chris Reinhardt, and Mr. Dave Nichols from Nichols Angus Farm. For registration, please visit droverscowboycollege.com or call us at 1-877-482-7203. I hope to see you all there.
Next time you see a beautiful field of corn, reach out and thank the farmers who work tirelessly to raise corn for livestock feed, renewable fuels, and exports to feed a growing world population. The farmers on the Kansas Corn Commission work for Kansas Corn with grower-funded checkoff dollars that support foreign and domestic market development, research, promotion, and education to expand opportunities for Kansas farmers. To learn more, visit kscorn.com.
Here's another gardening tip with Annette Jackson from Jackson's Greenhouse.
Well-designed container flower gardens bring beauty to your home, at your entry, on your patio, or placed in a special spot in your landscape. Let Jackson's help you select the correct plant combinations which will add the color and style you need and that will survive the summer to provide beauty till frost.
It's our annual Mix or Match flat sale. Save 25% on a flat of 12 4-packs or choose 10 or more premium proven winner annuals and save 25%.
This segment brought to you by Heinen Brothers Ag, farmers helping farmers by offering quality aerial and ground application, fertilizer, ag chemicals, and anhydrous ammonia. Call today to protect your crop yield.
Hi, my name is Peter Mishek. I'm an international marketing consultant I represent AGP and SRDC. SRDC is a group of states which includes Kansas, means Soy Research and Development Council. And basically what we do is we invest in projects to export more soybeans and more soybean meal, primarily in Kansas's case, to Asia and into Mexico and Latin America. So I was over here to apprise them of the progress in the two projects that they have supported for quite a period of time now. The Grays Harbor project, which is we built a facility about 10 years ago at Aberdeen, Washington, and it's specializes in shipping soybean meal. Now that facility is generating about 50% of all the exports to Southeast Asia or to Asia from the U.S. It's quite an improvement, and so the beans that would leave from this area would actually go into Kansas City and into St. Joe, Missouri, and be crushed there and then shipped out. Also, beans would go, most of these projects really focus on meal. And 1 ton of soybean meal requires 46 bushels of soybeans to manufacture, because you also have the oil, of course. And 1 ton of soybeans is 36.74 bushels. So it's about a 30% increase in the actual numbers of soybeans required for every ton of meal that we ship. So not only does it mean jobs for people around the Kansas City and St. Joe area, you're actually shipping more soybeans when you ship meal. It also allows us to keep quality control on the final animal feed. Really, the final customer for soybeans, in most cases, are going to be producers of poultry, swine, and aqua. And so the advantage of shipping soybean meal is we're able to maintain our quality control and traceability. So this is basically what our program is about. And Kansas has been a big supporter of this program since its beginning. In fact, on the Latin America program, which is now just 3 years old, Kansas is one of the founding members of that program. And we hope to have Missouri also participating in it before the end of this year, so that we will have a total of 6 states supporting really what it amounts to shipments from Kansas and Missouri to the south. I think you're going to hear a lot about, in the coming weeks and months, you're going to hear a lot about the disadvantages that the U.S. has strengthening their dollar versus Latin America, and all the reasons why we shouldn't export. But you know, our philosophy, that of AGP and the Soy Research and Development Council, and I think the Kansas Soybean Commission, is that we're here to compete. We're willing to get out and spend the money and resources. Really, it's more about resources and relationships to increase our share of those markets. And we're not going to shrink back, even though from time to time, you know, people may have certain advantages. At the end of the day, marketing is a human endeavor, and it's an iterative endeavor, one that has to be repeated and repeated. Just like a farmer has to go plant every year, these relationships and markets need to be addressed every year. They don't. They require a lot of maintenance.
Earlier in my life, I rode bucking horses in rodeos, and my shoulders took such a beating, and that was probably the reason for having several previous surgeries on both shoulders. About a year ago, I decided that I didn't want to have another surgery. And so I contacted Kansas Regenerative Medicine, took their treatment process. It was relatively pain-free. Now, after 8 months, my shoulders have healed to the point where I think I'm probably 90 to 95% of normal. It takes a couple of months to start to see results with stem cell injections, but at about 3 to 3.5 months, I started to feel better. I started to have less pain and feel real progress. That continued to increase gradually until now at approximately 8 months. And I'm extremely pleased. I've got full range of motion. I can lift weights, I can throw, I can do a lot of things that I couldn't do without a lot of pain previously.
Soil is the life of a farm, and for 25 years, SureCrop Liquid Crop Nutrition has helped growers produce abundant quality crops while preserving and improving the soils they steward. SureCrop offers complete soil and plant analysis with cropping recommendations, delivery direct to your on-farm storage, and quality crop nutrition custom blended for your field. Choose SureCrop for the assurance of excellence for your soil. Call today or visit their website for more information.
Heinen Brothers, a fourth-generation Northeast Kansas farm family, knows how tough farming can be. Farmers helping farmers. Heinen Brothers Ag, selling and servicing crop protection products, fertilizer, anhydrous ammonia, cover crops, quality aerial and ground application. Call today to learn about our extended term financing program, 800-760-4964. HeinenBrothersAg.com.
AGam in Kansas, brought to you in part by Kansas Corn. Learn more at kscorn.com.
My name is Carol Blocksome, and I am a range management specialist at Kansas State University in the Department of Horticulture, Forestry, and Recreation Resource. And I work largely with prescribed fire and smoke. Fire is an important part of the ecosystem of the Great Plains, and in particular, it is a part of the ecosystem of the Flint Hills, which is the largest remaining tract of tallgrass prairie in the United States. And this tallgrass prairie will not exist without fire. Fire is not optional. If you wish to have prairie in the tallgrass region, you're going to have to burn. So we need to take really good care of what we've been blessed with, and fire and grazing are an integral part of maintaining this ecosystem. In general, most people try to burn in the spring, and this is based on stocker cattle gains. So if you are raising stocker cattle, the research shows that burning in late spring, which is generally about the middle of April, is the prime ideal time to burn for weight gains. For other purposes, this is not necessarily the only time that you could burn. But in Kansas, traditionally, we do burn this time of the year in the Flint Hills. Because of these burns are on private lands, it's up to the individual landowner or operator to decide when and how often to burn and what is the best management for that piece of land. Because each landowner is making the decision when to burn, there is no coordination between the burns. Because there's this lack of coordination between fires, when the weather conditions turn right, a lot of producers light up all at once. And this can cause air quality problems. If you're burning 30,000, 40, 50,000 acres in a single day, regardless of the fact that it's spread out throughout the Flint Hills, that amount of fire can create a huge smoke cloud. Smoke is not like water. The constituents of the smoke plume hang together much better than a drop of something in a stream where it's rapidly carried away and diluted. The smoke can travel as a cloud, and that's where we get the smoke problems, is when the smoke is transferred to a site where it causes a lot of problems because it stays nearer on the ground. So part of the smoke management plan for the Flint Hills is to reduce these days of concentrated smoke that cause the health problems by showing models of when would be a good time to burn. Each year, K-State Extension runs a series of burn workshops across the state. These workshops are very basic, and they will tell you the minimum that you need to know to burn. Please consider attending one of the burn workshops next fall and winter. These generally are held between January and March. And if you want to find out more about prescribed fire, please check out the www.ksfire.org website.
When your living depends on agriculture, you can depend on KFRM 550 AM. If you're in the southwest three-fourths of Kansas or the northern half of Oklahoma, catch us at 550 AM on the radio dial. But if that isn't you, listen on your cell phone at TuneIn Radio or on your computer at KFRM.com. We promise to keep you informed, entertained, and company as you go through your day. KFRM 550 AM, the voice of the plains. We would like to join your management team.
Hello friends, I'm Ernie Rodina.
And I'm Dawn Dawson with the Better Horses Radio Show.
For over 9 years, we've been bringing the Better Horses Radio Show to markets all across the Midwest. We talk about God, lots about horses.
We talk about cows, we talk about horse health, we talk to top trainers, and we even talk about Roy Rogers.
We're having a blast with Better Horses Radio Show and would love to take it to a market near you.
So visit our website at betterhorsesradio.com and let us or your local radio station know you'd like to hear it in your area.
The Better Horses Radio Show is unbelievable.
Ag Promo Source is a unique group of marketing specialists with one mission: help your ag business grow. Each affiliate has their own area of expertise, and they work together to bring you advice, products, and services. To get started, visit agpromosource.com. Ag Promo Source, together we grow.
Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture, represents grassroots agriculture. The state's largest and most powerful farm organization stands up for its members through leadership development, agriculture education, legal defense, environmental advocacy, farm safety, and risk management. Members also enjoy money-saving benefits. To join our organization today or to learn more, go to www.kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter.
AGam in Kansas is brought to you in part by Sure Crop, liquid crop nutrition delivered right to your farm.
I'm Jason Grady, veterinarian at Kansas State University in equine reproduction and field service. And one common question I commonly receive from mare owners is how to suppress estrus in their mare. One common reason to do so might be to suppress the signs of estrus, such as tail switching, frequent urination, or squealing while at an event such as a horse show, a parade, or a trail ride. Many owners and veterinarians believe that estrus behavior may result in poor performance, poor attitude, or difficulty training. And so estrus suppression in these patients might be warranted as well. There are several different methods that have been described for estrus suppression, but as a veterinarian, primary role is to find a method that is safe for the horse, effective, potentially reversible if the client is wanting to use the mare as a brood mare in the future, as well as cost effective. Probably the most common method that we routinely use is the use of exogenous progesterones such as altrinogest or intramuscular progesterone. And these have been shown to be very effective, cost effective, and safe for the mare. Other methods that we might get commonly asked to help with estrus suppression might be to have the mare ovariectomized or spayed. And this might seem as a permanent solution to the problem, but unfortunately there are many mares that will still continue to show estrus, signs of estrus, even after the ovaries have been removed. So bottom line, as a veterinarian, it is important to find a method that is safe, effective, as well as cost-effective, and consult with your veterinarian to identify a method that works for that specific mare.
Closed captioning brought to you by Ag Promo Source. Together we grow. Learn more at agpromosource.com.